Just visit Experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals. Learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/fest.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field, here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
All that for that, the Brewers. 3 straight wins at home in walk-off fashion. It was Yeli's grand slam against the Red Sox on Tuesday of last week. Then it was the walk-off base hit. And then tonight, after yesterday's loss, of course, Durbin with the winner again. Sac fly for both of them. How about that for Caleb Durbin? 4-3 the final today as the Brewers level this series a game apiece. Felt like October baseball in this ballpark. So let's hear a roaring crowd of 37,000 with the highlight recap.
Ready for this?
Out of here!
This?
Brought it back! Ho, ho, ho!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
The highlights start late in this one for the Crew as it was Jose Quintana against Steven Kolek. And Quintana fought his best command in this contest. He only allowed 1 run in 5 innings, but there were traffic in virtually every frame. He ended up leaving 7 runners on base, and yet just 1 run scored against him. But the Brewers' offense was stymied by Kolek to this point. They still were struggling with runners in scoring position, but we picked things up with the bullpen in the 6th inning and a key contributor getting back in the right direction.
Mears, the 2-2 pitch. Got him looking. Slider, caught the outside corner. A beautiful pitch from Mears. And Nick Mears strikes out the side. 1-2-3. An impressive top of the 6th.
Good to see Mears get a little bit of a breather and see the old Mears come back for the Crew, but they're still down 1-0. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Kolek is out of the game. They've already missed opportunities earlier that we'll talk about. Jeremiah Estrada is on for his first 3 in a row of the season. Gives up a 1-out single to Isaac Collins, who's been playing great. Caleb Durbin gets an infield hit plus an error by the second baseman. Iglesias allows the runner to get to third, and that was key because that allows a chance for the Brewers to score with just the ball out of the infield. And going off the bench, Jake Bowers does his job.
Estrada's 2-2. Hit in the air. This is into right center field. Backing up on it goes Lockridge. He's on the warning track. Now the center fielder, Merrill, calls him off, makes the catch. Tagging from third is Collins. Coming down the line. Throw comes into second base. And we are tied. The deep sacrifice fly into right center. Jake Bowers, the pinch hitter. 1-1. The Brewers get that tying run home in the 7th inning.
Then in the 8th, it was a little stressful as Abner Uribe allowed a single to Manny Machado, but then Jared Koenig cleaned up that aisle and got a 0 in the 8th. In the bottom half of the frame, the Brewers got things going with a 1-out walk to Christian Yelich. Then William Contreras, a little infield single up the third base line. Don't care how hard you hit it if it's a base hit. Then Sal Frelick gets a gift of a catcher's interference to load the bases, once again do what the situation calls for, get it out of the infield.
0-1. Fly ball, left field. It's going to be playable, but deep enough. Underneath of it, making the catch is Sheets. Coming down the line and scoring is Yelich. The Brewers lead it 2-1 here in the 8th.
They weren't done. The very next pitch, that guy, Isaac Collins, having a great series.
The pitch. Fly ball, left field. This is shallow. Coming in is Sheets. He won't get there. It's going to drop. Around third and scoring is Contreras. And now falling down on his way to third is Frelick. He will be out and the inning is over, but a huge network health insurance run off the bat of Isaac Collins, and the Brewers lead it 3-1.
They needed that insurance because it would turn out, down to their last strike, Luis Ariz would hit a 2-run double off Trevor McGill in the 9th to make this a 3-3 ball game. McGill would end it there. Then one pitch into the bottom of the 9th. Let's all go home.
Morgan brings home the first pitch, and Durbin, a drive, left center, deep. See you later. Caleb Durbin, turn out the lights. The rookie ends it on a solo walk-off shot, and the Brewers win it 4-3.
So he wins it with the sac fly on the Wednesday against the Red Sox, and he wins it with a walk-off homer. Only his second career home run, and it's a walk-off. Hey, it took Yelly 214 home runs to get his first walk-off homer. We'll talk about it up next with Jerry Augustine right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Up more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, representing the auto dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam member dealers employ more than 6,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 15th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil campaign. To date, Adam has donated over $953,000, which provided over 3.8 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Rivals meet again when the Brewers battle the Cardinals June 12th through the 15th. Be here for a duel between the Contreras brothers on the diamond and stay for one of the best weekends of the summer. Get your tickets at Brewers.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win in walk-off fashion yet again. I'm Dom Cotroneo with Jerry Augustine. 4-3 the final over the Padres today. Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. If you're looking for a banking partner that truly understands your business needs, look no further than Fifth Third Bank. With a local team right here in Milwaukee, they know how to hit it out of the park every time. For 15 years, they've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making that helps your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. You know, Augie, I'm sure you can think of a few guys that you played with or pitched against in the day that, you know, it's not about the size of the dog, it's about the heart of the dog, you know, those kind of underdog style, you know, maybe undersized to the rest of the world. But Caleb Durbin, every bit of 5'7" in cleats. I mean, he believes he's 6'7" out there, and he turns on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball at his letters for his first career walk-off home run. Some guys, they don't believe that they're that small. They're out there saying, I'm out here to win. I'm out here to win games, and Durbin's a perfect fit for this club.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You see the good at-bats that he gives, and he's been doing it pretty much all the time he's been here, trying to give that good at-bat. But, you know, that time he went up there looking for a pitch to hit, got a ball up in the zone, was high in the zone, but not at the very top of the zone. And 98 miles an hour, you put a good swing on it, drove the ball to the ballpark. It's fun to see when you go up there. You have a young player who really goes out and battles each and every time he gets to the plate. Go up there and put a good swing on it. He did it tonight.
And this is a good stat from our friends at Cespedes Family Barbecue, Jordan Schusterman, Jake Mintz of Yahoo Sports. He snapped an 0 for 24 in mid-May, and he was really scuffling there, really struggling against breaking balls specifically. But since snapping that stretch, he's hitting .309 over his last 15 games, and that's only the third walk-off home run by a rookie this year. Cam Meisner and Jason Dominguez are the only other two to do so, and he does it, you know, again, 98 at the top of the zone. He also was on base with the infield hit that kept the rally alive in the seventh to get the first run on the board for the Crew. All this after, you know, having 2 on and a 2-0 count in the second inning and kind of repenting for his sin of grounding into a double play there.
You know, most of these young players, you go up and it's a learning situation. And, you know, Caleb's in a situation where he's trying to find himself in the big leagues and compete each and every day. And when he was going through that slump, it just looked like he was out there trying to pull the ball, trying to drive the ball back up the middle and not letting the ball travel and be patient at the plate, swinging a lot of times at pitches off the plate where pitchers will be able to expand the zone. all of a sudden it seemed like when he snapped it, he got a little bit more relaxed. He got a couple days off where Murph got him some rest. He could sit and just watch the game. He came back and he's gone a little bit differently. You see him now looking at pitches that he hits on both sides of the plate. He's going to all fields, much more relaxed and patient. When you slow the game down, you're patient. You look at the plate and see what you can do with each pitch that you're given. You do good things, and boy, lately he's been swinging the bat pretty good.
And it's the only extra base hit the Brewers have had in these two games of this series. Another unsung hero that we have to talk about from the offense and continues to have a really good stretch of games is Isaac Collins. He gets on base all 4 times today in the 7th spot in the order, all while playing above-average defense in left field. He's got the ability to steal a bag. Now, granted, the Padres have an incredible catching core of arms. Their pitchers are very quick to the plate, and the Brewers are trailing most of this game, so they're not going to be able to steal many bags. But, 2 more walks today. He had 3 yesterday. A clean single in the 7th, and then a bloop single for another RBI insurance run in the 8th inning. Isaac Collins, I like him sitting here in the 7th spot in the order because he's been kind of the catalyst of this, what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks, the bottom of the order, getting these guys going.
Yeah, he's been patient at the plate. He makes you throw strikes. And one thing you look at, anytime you come into a series in the first 2 games, you're on base 7 times. You're helping your ball club, especially when you're down in the batting order. It just seems like he's nice and relaxed. He hits the ball to all fields. He's been patient. He's been playing extremely well in the outfield, but he's really come on and played very well. You say you like that spot in the seventh spot in the lineup. That's a perfect spot for me. You need somebody to get on base for something good to happen at the bottom of the order, and he's done that. He's done an excellent job at it.
Yeah, I think with Isaac Collins, again, he was sort of a surprise coming out of his camp that he made the team for the Brewers, now partially because of Blake Perkins' injury, but the ability to switch hit is one. And talking to Julio Borbon yesterday about his routes and about his defense and about how much he has improved out there, that the Brewers trust him to go out there on a daily basis and continue to make plays. I mean, his OPS is over 700 now. I mean, I hate to do this as like a knock to anybody else on the team, but I mean, Isaac Collins, and far fewer plate appearances as well. I mean, as 700 OPS, we're going to talk about William Contreras. He's somebody that needs to be north of a 700 OPS, that's right. But that's the kind of value that Collins has been providing.
Yes, he is, and he's giving you those good at-bats. Anybody who gets on base, we have 5 walks in the last 2 days. Mm-hmm. That means he's patient. He makes you throw strikes. He hits the ball to all fields, and being a guy who can hit from both sides of the plate, that's an added thing that you put on his plate. Plus that, I agree with you. I think from spring training on, he's really worked hard at becoming a very good outfielder. Understanding you, when you see him in the outfield and the ball's hit to him, he pretty much knows that he's going to throw the ball to the proper base. And when you do the good things solidly on the defensive side, give the good at-bats that he's given, and be a big part of the bottom of the lineup like they were tonight. The bottom of the lineup was 5 for 9 with 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. That was the name of it. That was the game right there. It wasn't that top 6. It was that bottom 3 that really chipped in tonight and really provided the impetus for this team to win tonight.
Oh, by the way, it's another win that the Brewers get in which their opponent scored first.
That's right.
We talked about it, 0-13 to start. Now I believe they're 7 of their last 15 when their opponent scores first. I mean, if you're 500 and doing that's doing something crazy like they have in these last 2 weeks. Text here, Jeff from Elkhorn. Great to snatch it back from them tonight. Need to get a win tomorrow and keep it rolling. They have won 9 of their last 11. Jenny here. I concur with the broadcasters and national TV guys who said this was like a playoff game. Brewers, of course, had a rough start, but now they're trying to posture before the All-Star break to show they mean business. But I don't know who the clubhouse leader is, but it is clear that they found their mojo. Appreciate the text there, Jenny. Take a breather, come back, talk a little pitching, because Quintana, it was solid, but the bullpen steals the story next on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
When you come to our showroom, you'll find more than a dozen glass shower door displays. Now that's what you're going to want to see, because browsing a bunch of options usually spurs ideas that you've never even thought of. And when you walk around with one of our glass shower door experts, you can ask questions and get assurance. We're here to help. And after nearly 50 years in the glass shower door business, there's not a whole lot we haven't seen. So don't worry, your project's about to be put in the very best of hands. At Les's Glass Service, you can count on our experience that makes it easy to promise top-flight installation. Glass shower doors are our specialty, and we're out there humping it every day to add to our portfolio to make the next project even better than the last. This is Stacy Sinks. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and near home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
We get it. You're on the go, and life gets in the way. Stay up to date on all things WTMJ with podcasts of every show. Available on WTMJ.com. And don't forget you can stream WTMJ online and watch your favorite WTMJ shows on YouTube. Every show, when you want it, no matter where you are. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ. This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win 4-3. 855-6161. 620 is the phone number. 855-616-1620. With Jerry Augustine, former Brewers pitcher, I'm Dom Cotroneo. Let's get to the phone lines now, shall we? Tony in Greenfield, you're live here on Brewers Extra Innings.
Hey, Dom, can you hear me?
We got you. How you doing?
Got you. Hey, first of all, congrats on the engagement. I saw that on social media. That's awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate
so
that.
Durbin is Durbin's the hot topic, and I love what he did tonight. Super exciting. But do you think what are your thoughts on do we want to send him down for a little bit, get the batting average up, get the confidence up a little bit, or do you think because he keeps giving us these moments like randomly kind of here and there where it's like, oh, okay, like let's keep him up, let's keep riding it, but the batting average keeps going down. What are your thoughts on, do you like keeping him up, just kind of grind it through, or do you want to send him down for a little bit, give him some extra ABs and some confidence?
Well, let me keep you here, Tony, for a second. And I'm not doing this in a disparaging talk down at you way, but I just let you play GM. Who do you call up, right? I mean, that's the big question. There isn't a lot of infield depth in this system right now. So, I mean, that's kind of the conundrum the Brewers face. But also, to be fair, Tony, I mean, we just read off the numbers. He's hitting nearly 300 over his last 15 games. His batting average has actually increased from 174 to 218. So you see what we're saying there?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I got you. I'm just thinking, I don't know. It's tough because he's so young, and it's like, he's been playing well lately, but I don't know. I think about guys like the Angels got Yohan Moncada, and I'm like, okay, he's cheap. He's been around for a while. Like, do we go there, let Durbin hit AAA for a couple weeks, and then if he heats up, it's like, all right, let's go back. Like, just the guys, I don't know, thoughts like that. Cheap guys around the league that we could get. But I don't know. Thanks for taking the call, Dom. I appreciate the info.
Yeah, you got it, Tony. Thanks for calling in there. And just kind of to put a bow on that, Jerry, when you think of this team, as Pat Murphy has called it over and over again, the organization of opportunity. And they gave an opportunity to Caleb Durbin, trading a very talented player in Devin Williams. But part of that deal, and also receiving Nestor, but part of that deal is really, hey, Caleb, you're going to be here for 6 more years guaranteed, assuming, this all goes according to plan for him. I mean, it's about the longevity. This is the very beginning of a hopefully strong, fun career with the Brewers.
Some guys that you get, you just have to have patience because you see what they've done for you. And I think what he did in spring training, he kind of opened up the Brewers' eyes. You see first of all, he can play anywhere in the position in the infield. He can go second, he can go third. But he's played a very, very good at third base. He's thrown the ball very well, hasn't made a lot of errors on that. But the one thing I like about him on the offensive side, he can hit for power. The young guy, we saw it tonight, he can hit for power. He'll bunt sometimes, get on base. He'll find ways to get on base. Number 3, he runs the bases very well. He's a threat to steal a base. He runs the bases. He's really smart. And you got to like that about a young player that can do those things. If you have the patience with him, you keep continually working with him, you get him rest when he needs rest. I tell you what, it can all work out for you. And I think right there, you summarized it well before, who you're going to call call up. Well, he's the kind of guy that gives you a multitude of things to do that each and every day he gets better at it, he works at it, and he gets better and better. He could turn out to be something special for his ball club playing third base.
And he's only 25 years old.
Yes, he is. He's a young man.
He's very, very young. We can talk a little pitching. We go a little different direction in the age category. Let's go a little taller now over to Jose Quintana, because Quintana, 36 years young, still doing it and still pitching well enough. And I've described him many times on this program as a consummate professional, that even when he doesn't have his best stuff like he did tonight, he's able to mix and match and find a way. And something we talked about yesterday that's just so fascinating about the Padres is you see Tatis, you see Machado, you see Cronenworth, and you think, oh my gosh, how are you going to get these guys out? But then, and again, it's like, well, their hard hit rate isn't very high. They don't hit a lot of home runs. They don't hit really for power like you may expect, like a Bogarts, like an Arise do. And then you realize, like, okay, this is exactly what Quintana does. He just kind of nips and tucks and cuts and zips, and it's just uncomfortable. And I drew a walk, it's no big deal. Then you look up, wait, we only scored one run. We had all that traffic. That's how the Padres are feeling tonight.
He's really interesting, and I've always loved watching him. Even when he was back with the Cubs, I think one year we've seemed like we faced him like 8 times. But he's the kind of guy that he has a number of quality pitches. He never gives up on his quality of his pitches. He always uses them. He's not one that'll take a slider, and if it's not working well, throw it in the background. He'll find a spot to use that slider. He'll be able to work on the plate. I think the one thing he does very good, you see him make a good pitch, he'll duplicate that pitch, but he'll make it a little bit outside the plate. He'll make you go after that. And I think the success on the good veteran pitchers that are able to compete on a day-to-day basis, especially at the level that Quintana is that ability to make pitches to good spots, but then expand the strike zone. And he does an excellent job at that. Not only that, he can throw the ball to all 4 quadrants for strikes. And when you do that, use all your pitches and not give up on yourself with any of those pitches, I tell you what, you're going to be pretty good.
I tell you what, today was a day his secondaries were kind of failing him, especially the curve and the changeup. Combined between those pitches, just 4 for 19 in curveballs and changeups for strikes. And as we know, Quintana needs to have the secondaries working, and the slurve was better, 9 for 15 today. He's still got a lot of swings on it, only 1 whiff on it, but he's somebody that the fastball surprises hitters because they know the reputation of he's going to throw junk, he's going to keep you off balance, he's going to try to change your bat speed. But I think, again, the savviness of a veteran, you don't do this by accident for 13 years like Quintana has done. Hey, my sinker's playing today, I'm up to 92, let's keep throwing that. He didn't give up an extra base hit tonight.
Yeah, that's what he does. And, like I said before, he doesn't give up on those extra pitches. He still shows them. Like you said tonight, he wasn't as good with his off secondary pitches as you can, but when you got 2 pitches that you can throw, when you got that 4-seam fastball, you can ride on the inner half of the plate, throw it for strikes to right-handers or away to left-handers, and then sink the ball down and throw them for strikes. Boy, that expands the strike zone, that expands what you use, but still, you let the opponent know that, hey, I still have my curveball. I still have my slider. I still have my slurve or whatever you want to call it. He's going to use those pitches, and he's going to show you that he can use them, but he knows with his fastball he can locate and get you out.
Yep, I agree. Real quick, on the bullpen, between Mears, Uribe, and Koenig, and I know Miguel blew the save, and quite frankly, the strike zone kind of morphed on him there against Elias Diaz, but of the bullpen arms, does anyone jump out to you, especially of an important performance?
Well, it's kind of interesting what Murph did tonight. It was kind of interesting. On a night, would he usually bring Mears in the 6th inning? You might see him bring in, like Aaron Ashby or D.L. Hall. That's a situation where you a bridge to get to this next guys. I think when Murph was going in, he says, you know what? We've been hitting the ball hard tonight. We talked about it, how many balls were hit hard tonight. We have a chance of scoring some runs here. So if we just stay in the game, we're only down by 1 run. So he went right to his number 1 squad. He went right to Mears in that 6th inning, and I thought that kind of changed the momentum a little bit. Got people riled up. He came in, he punched out the side, threw the ball very well. Then he went to Uribe, Koenig, and at the end, McGill, and they ended up having to win with the home run. But I thought that was smart what he wanted to do. He said, you know what? Here's a chance to keep us in the ball game. I'm going to go to Mears. has a chance to win it. We win this ball game, we can still win the series. So he went to his A1 squad.
It was really, really smart managing today. I really do think so. I thought I got to give Murph kudos on that. For me, it's Mears looking great. And also, Cannon getting 99 now? Where did this come from? I mean, they find another one on the tree in the backyard.
I'll tell you what, he surprised me. When he first came to the Brewers, Dom, I watched him, and he didn't throw across his body as much as he does now. He gets way to the left side of the rubber. He's heels on the edge of the rubber, so he's going to give you a different angle. And that angle, he's been able to command the strike zone, not only on the outside, but the inside part of the plate. But I'm going to tell you what, the one thing that's really impressed me out of it, he's getting that ball up to 97, 98, and you're seeing a 99. He's been able to throw the ball very well, command the strike zone, all zone, and that breaking ball when he throws it from that distance, from that side angle here, is very, very tough to hit.
I agree entirely. A few texts that have rolled in here. Mark from West Bend. I want to start off with Santa. Love Caleb Durbin's first pitch homer. That was awesome. The way we manufactured runs throughout the game, 2 sacks flies, was awesome. Mark, I'm not reading the second half of your texts. I need you to call in with that guy's stats in Japan because he stinks. John from West Dallas also saying the same thing about a certain pitcher that's pitching in Japan that isn't very good in Major League Baseball. Asking about Blake Burke, though, in Tennessee, he's in high A. He's a long way away from coming to the big leagues. Yes, he's playing well in high A. High A is not even close to Major League Baseball in the quality of the game, but it's good to see a first-round pick playing well for the Brewers. This one from Nick. That game was all you could ask for. Total Brewers baseball, and staying for the whole game at the ballpark was definitely worth it. A few more texts, a few more calls, 855-616-1620. One more segment with Augie after this on 620 WTMJ.
This is Brewers Extra Innings. From the postgame show to the morning show, there's no rest for baseball and Dominic Cotroneo.
I was like a kid on Christmas Eve. I couldn't sleep last night. I was just so excited to get ready to watch games that count.
Dominic Cotroneo is our Brewers 360 guest every Monday morning at 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
There are some roster decisions I do want to break down here, and then we'll get into the lineup.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot Wisconsin sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $400 off your awning or screen. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
This change has leveled us up while being able to maintain the same quality of service that we've always provided, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. We're proud to be part of the Century 21 family, so you can move fearlessly with the added confidence of top-of-the-line marketing for maximum home exposure. And that means more eyeballs and the real potential for the highest price for your home. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. With the ability to market luxury homes on a higher scale than ever before, Century 21 Benefit Realty has taken a huge step forward to tap into a global network of buyers. Maximum exposure to spotlight your unique home with our fine homes and estates marketing so you can sell it for the highest price. And with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, you win. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you in part by Sider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Since 1912, Sider's been your go-to for home comfort. And through the end of June, you can take $10 off an AC tune-up. Call Sider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical or schedule online at Sider, SEIDER.com. This one from the 262, what an up and down win. And finally, a Saturday win, as Josh Mauer has been very quick to point out at how the oddities of the Brewers' weekends have been so far this season. They have struggled on Saturdays this year. Durbin and Collins sounds like a law firm. Who would have thought that they would have been so important to this team? Another squeaker, but a big win. That text coming from Doug. A name that we have to point out that the Brewers are looking to get some production out of, and he's going to get it back on track, but I wonder about his health. I wonder about his progress of dealing with his finger. But William Contreras is at the point now where I'm thinking, okay, what's got to change? Because it seemed like he was in a right direction after the Brewers, did the new glove for him and gave him the extra bat wraps on the grip for him, but he's really cooled off since then. The fact that we're waking up on June 8th tomorrow in game, what will be 66 tomorrow, so less than 100 games ago, he's still only got 12 extra base hits. What's your level of concern right now with William Contreras?
Well, I think the finger does bother him. I think he's trying to make adjustments, and he's trying everything he can. The one thing about him, you'll never get him out of the lineup. He's just got that character that he's not going to hurt this ball club. He knows he can help the ball club, and he's a mainstay behind that plate, especially with the pitching staff. So I think he's going to try everything you can. I think the finger is bothering him. I think there's no question that they're just looking at different remedies, working on different things to hopefully, to get him back to where he can feel comfortable. Today he got the swinging bunt. It was a big part of the game, and he was able to leg it out. But there's got to be some concern as we go along, and you see that. But he'll go through a spot where he gets the ball up over the plate and he puts a bat on it. He's still dangerous behind the plate. He's dangerous in the batting order where he's at. So I think it's just a matter. I hope this club can work at it, and I hope he can find something that his hand feels comfortable. And it's got to make a big difference to him, and I think that's one thing it's hard for him to make the adjustment.
The other thing, too, I wonder if the hand specifically hurts, on opposite field type swings, and he's talked about swing and misses hurt more than actual contact. I mean, there's still pain with contact, but we haven't seen him go to the opposite field, just that little shorten up base hit. I mean, I know I just talked about his lack of extra base hits, but isn't that sort of an indicator for him that he is seeing the ball well, that he does have confidence when he does, like I look at today's situation, right? When he came up with the sixth inning with Yelich on first. Now, granted, he put a single back up the middle, which was an encouraging sign. And then an infield single way out in front of an off-speed pitch in the eighth inning. Maybe in the past we just see him go, boop, pop it the other way, and Yelly goes first to third, no big deal. Granted, he did that in the sixth inning, so we shouldn't be complaining, but I just feel like that's been lost from his repertoire lately.
I think it is. I think anytime you got something with your hand, you're trying to go the other way, and his strength has always been going the other way, and he can hit, power with him is not just, I drive the ball to center field, I drive the ball to left field. He hits the ball to all fields, and he can hit with power, so I think that may have a little bit to do with him. I think there's days where he feels more comfortable than others, and it's just something he has to work through, but there's one thing that he's not going to do. He's not going to take himself out of a ball game, because he knows he can help this ball club. But I agree with you. I think sometimes when you have to extend your hand out and you got problems with a finger or a thumb or something like that, you do have to make some adjustments, and that's probably where he's trying to make the adjustment.
Yelly's hitting streak is over, but his on-base streak continues. There are 3 walks today as well, full count and all but 1 plate appearance for him. And the Brewers win a game in which Bryce Terang, Jackson Chourio, Sal Frelick, and Rhys Hoskins combined to go 1 for 18, 1 for 15 by my math here. I'm real quick. I'm doing a 3, 6. So yeah, 1 for 15 combined between them today, and they won the game. I mean,
that's right.
It's a reminder that we can complain about the offense and like, oh my gosh, why aren't they scoring runs? Well, it's like, well, right, there you go. I mean, your core guys need to be providing for your team.
Yeah, we always talk, in the past, the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about those top 6 guys with Terang, Chourio, Yelich, Contreras, Frelick, and Hoskins, how they've been the mainstay. And boy, on this last road trip, they were swinging the bat so well on the road trip. You look tonight, really it was Isaac Collins, it was Durbin and Ortiz and Bauer coming up with the big hits, scoring the runs with the RBIs. And it's good to see the bottom of the order doing real well. And I'll tell you what, nothing was better tonight than see the Brewers lose the lead, and then Happy Durbin come up and with that big home run. I said Happy Durbin.
Yeah.
Happy Durbin with the big home run. Good to see. Fun ball game to watch. And I'll tell you what, as you go along, this game can give you some impetus for other games, because you see where you fought back, you gave it up, but you got right back and you win the ball game. Those are big games to win, especially when you're playing a team like San Diego Padres.
They're a quality team, and they go for a rubber match tomorrow. Well, Augie, you won't be with us tomorrow. You got an important graduation to attend, so congratulations to you and your family. And hopefully they can get a win without you here, and you'll be watching on your phone, I'm sure.
I'll be listening on the phone or watching on the phone, but my grandson Luke is graduating from Grafton. I'm pretty excited. He's a great kid, so it's going to be a fun day for our family.
Fantastic. All right, Jerry Augustine here on 620 WTMJ. We're going to hear from Caleb Durbin coming up on the other side of the break. He caught up with the network postgame show as well on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
You're listening to Brewers Extra Innings, presented by Fifth Third Bank on WTMJ.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
You gotta get to Built Right today. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Built Right furniture, leather, and mattresses. Built Right's extended Memorial Day sale and $1 million clearance sell-off ends Saturday at 6 p.m. If you are looking for affordable, better quality furniture or mattresses, you gotta do what my family does. We go to Built Right, got our new living room furniture there, our son sleeping on a new mattress, and most importantly, we enjoyed the shopping experience. 4 generations, 97 years strong. 3rd and 4th generation family members right there in the store. They work alongside their amazing team and with you. Got guests coming this summer? Thousands of items in stock, or you can always custom order at a low sale price. USA made, small scale, Ohio Amish made, and real solid wood furniture. 60 models of USA made mattresses. Built Right always saves you money. Free in-store design services available. Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Morgan breaks on the first pitch, and Durbin, a drive, left center, deep, see you later! Caleb Durbin, turn out the lights! The rookie ends it on a solo walk-off shot, and the Brewers win it 4-3.
Lane Grindle on the call. Second career homer for Caleb Durbin. It's our Surfside play of the game. Brought to you by Surfside, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka. Paired perfectly with the day at the ballpark and stocked at American Family Field all season long. Caleb caught up with Josh and Lane after the game today to discuss a fun night.
Congratulations. You got to hear that highlight there, so now thinking back to what you just did, what's the feeling? What's coursing through your veins right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot. I don't really know what happened. I mean, you're just in the moment trying to get a good pitch to hit, and then it leaves the park, and I kind of saw the Padres not really run off the field, so I had to check the dugout to make sure everyone was running out to make sure it's really a walk-off. But, yeah, really cool feeling.
98-mile-an-hour fastball there from the new pitcher, David Morgan. Were you looking for that pitch? It's the first pitch he threw. You've never faced him before. What was the approach as you stepped up there to lead off the ninth?
Yeah, the report was kind of I could be aggressive against him. And my individual approach is just making sure I was, swinging at a good pitch, making sure it was in the zone. And I'm seeing the ball good and just making sure that I'm keeping it in the zone. And, that was a good one to hit.
When you're being mobbed, and you've hit 2 walk-offs now in the last 2 homestands. The other was a sacrifice fly. This is a home run. When you're being mobbed this time at home plate, what did that feel like? Was it different at all from the one where they got you behind second base after a sacrifice fly?
Yeah, both felt pretty good, but I think this one was, obviously a little bit more special. I mean, you're running around the bases, the lights are flickering on and off. Crowd's going crazy. You just hit a walk-off home run. In the big leagues, it's a really cool feeling. And, yeah, my teammates were going crazy, so, they're awesome for that.
Caleb Durbin with us after he wins it for the Brewers tonight 4-3. Let me ask you, we were talking right after you hit the home run about the last few days for you. On Thursday when the team had an off day, you got to go back to Fond du Lac where you had played in the Northwoods League. And it wasn't all that long ago that you did that. You were honored. I wonder if this kind of felt like a full circle moment. You when you played there, maybe you dream about hitting a walk-off home runs in the major league sometime later in your life, but you've lived that now. That has become a reality. What does that say about the journey that you've been through, Caleb, from then to now?
Yeah, it's really cool because when I was playing in the Northwoods League in Fond du Lac, I was a Division III player and playing against a lot of D1 and other divisions in that league, and that was a big opportunity for me, not really knowing if I would get a chance at the next level, but was able to get my foot in the door, and looking where I'm at now and being able to go back, it puts it all in perspective to where I really was, only 4 years ago. So yeah, definitely a full circle moment, and it was really fun being back there.
I know you need to 45. Go celebrate with your teammates. Last one for you. This game in particular, taking away what you did in the ninth inning, it was back and forth, punch, counter punch. Lane and I kind of thought it had the feeling like almost a playoff game. What did it feel like for you guys to play tonight? Was it a special kind of feeling the way this game played out?
Definitely. We know there's a really good team on the other side. This series, and even yesterday and definitely today, it was kind of and what's probably going to feel like tomorrow is, scrapping runs, grinding out at bats, just trying to, see if you could scrape a couple runs at a time. And then, they punched back in the ninth, credit to them. But at the same time, it was still a tie ball game, and, we were right in it in the bottom of the ninth.
Caleb, thank you so much for sticking around to talk with us about your great moment. Congratulations again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, Caleb Durbin, after the victory today, his second consecutive walk-off winner, since obviously the Brewers lost yesterday, but the Brewers have won 3 straight games at home via walk-off. So that's fun stuff. You hear from Pat Murphy next on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
The other day I received a call from a customer who had these beautiful old tables that at one time were covered with glass tops. But one day a coffee mug dropped, and just like that, those beautiful tables went right into retirement. You know how it goes. Once a glass top of a set of tables breaks, they go into the basement or the garage and do a great job at collecting dust. The customer never knew who could help, but when she asked, I readily said, "Oh, we can replace that. In fact, there are a lot of things we can do with glass. We could even sandblast a beautiful custom design into your new glass tops." This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service, and glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, representing the auto dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam member dealers employ more than 6,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 15th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil campaign. To date, Adam has donated over $953,000, which provided over 3.8 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Rivals meet again when the Brewers battle the Cardinals June 12th through the 15th. Be here for a duel between the Contreras brothers on the diamond and stay for one of the best weekends of the summer. Get your tickets at Brewers.com.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards, they're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel, it's a glow up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Heard plenty from me. Let's hear from the skipper. Brewers win 4-3 in walk-off fashion. Here's Pat Murphy.
Happy. That's why his nickname's Happy. Yeah, there was a lot of great performance tonight, both sides. It was well pitched, and this is the type of resiliency that you got to have in games like that when you're not scoring runs and you're hitting line drives and they're catching them, and you just can't get anything going. And credit the other team. They got a great team. You put Tatis in that lineup and you got 9 veterans, and that's a real team with a real bullpen. And they've held us, and it was just a great effort by everybody. That one inning where Yelich takes the walk after being down 1-2, Contreras gets a big hit, and however we got the sac fly, the catcher's interference, and then a sac fly by Hoskins, and then the time before that when Bauer's pinched hit and got the sac fly off Estrada, who's throwing the ball 98 to 100. And there's a lot of great performances, like Chourio, how hard has he hit the ball in the last 2 nights? Collins, he's been on base 7 times or something in 2 games. What can you say? Those guys just keep doing it. Hoskins, big sac fly. Turang hit the ball hard again twice tonight. He got nothing to show for it. Chourio's had 6 hard contacts and 1 hit. 6 hard contacts, 1 hit. Yelich's 3 walks tonight, huge. The job Contreras did behind the plate, the job that our relief pitchers did. Now Q wasn't sharp, we know that, but he gutted it up like a veteran would. A few veterans that we have gave us 5 innings, and then obviously the job that Mears and Uribe, Koenig, and that they did, it was tremendous. Give me another question.
Kirk, when you look at these last 2 nights, the hard contacts and not really chasing pitches out of the zone, did it feel like something had to give pretty soon here? Did it feel like some runs were coming?
No. It didn't feel like that at all. It felt like we may never score again. It might be August before we score, but our guys find a way. It's a group of guys that have been there before. We've been through this before, when we got shut out a couple times, and Chourio kept his head above water there, and he's just had rough luck right now, and Turang the same way. But again, the veteran leadership of Yelich taking the walks, Hoskins knowing what he's looking for in a big situation, just helps everybody else. Those young guys learn from that, and Collins is, a rookie who's just, finding ways to get on base, helping our team win.
They're all helping the team win. It all adds up. 4 runs, it's been the magic number, right? It's what we talked about so many times, that 4 runs seems to be the magic number for the Brewers to get wins. We'll wrap up the program after this here on 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Merck here. The paint on the outside of your house is the first impression that people have. CertaPro Painters painted our house and did great. They moved the planters around. They moved the grill out of the way. The little things are important to CertaPro Painters, and they always get it right. Schedule the outside of your house to be done. A free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or your business. The details matter to CertaPro Painters. They do it right the first time. They clean up after themselves. They leave your property better than it ever was. Each CertaPro Painter is independently owned and operated.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
Baseball is back,
Brian Balaga here to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. The big focus in America today is on your health, right? So why aren't you feeling any better? Your knees always hurt, your shoulders keep you from exercising, and you're done with all the pills and the steroids, and you cringe at the thought of surgery. You've done everything, but the pain is always there. It's exhausting. This is when you got to call QC Kinetics. It's revolutionary treatment. It works to give your body long-term relief. Regenerative treatments takes your body's own healing power and helps and restore your damaged tissue. Call QC Kinetics today and get yourself a free sit-down. Talk to Dr. Justine Bennon. She's great. I've met with her. You can walk through the process with her. She explains it in a way that's understandable, and she can do the same for you. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today and get your life back. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
All right, we'll say goodbye here in about 90 seconds. Back tomorrow, a rubber match of the series. Should be fun. Earlier start time tomorrow. It's a noon game. Not 1. Noon tomorrow. Freddie Peralta against Ryan Bergert, only making his second start since coming in for the injured Michael King. Freddie 5-4, 2.92 ERA. By him going on Sunday as opposed to Monday, right, kind of flipping him in the rotation with Savali, what it does now is it keeps Freddie on normal rest since he last pitched on Tuesday in Cincinnati. And with him going every 5th day, that lines him up again for Friday against the Cardinals, which then lines him up for Wednesday against the Cubs. So that makes it work out that the top end of the rotation will face the important divisional games coming up this week. So again, 12:05 first pitch, but we're on the air at 11 with yours truly. I've got you for Brewers warm-up here on 620, and then we'll have a post-game show with Brewers Extra Innings after the contest as well. Then this week, the Braves come to town, back to the 6:40 first pitch on both Monday and Tuesday night. And then Wednesday is your 1:10 start, but we will have a Brewers Weekly after that game, not a traditional BEI. So something for every game on this homestand. Congrats to Caleb Durbin, and a fun night at the Yard. We'll react to it all tomorrow in the rubber match of a really important October-like series. Our producer is Brian Kelly. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Keep on swinging.
It's happened again. Another local organization switching to business technology from James Imaging Systems. This time, it's St. Anne Center for Intergenerational Care. CFO Sally Parente.
We were unhappy with our previous vendor. It was always a big production. We also had some issues with pricing.
And now with James Imaging Systems?
The service, the value, and the ease with which we can just keep using their service and not